I'm in the paddock now with a very special car and a very interesting person. Doug Hill is Chief Engineer of the Beaulieu National Motor Museum, and we're here with the BRM V16, aren't we? A very interesting car.
Yes, this is one of our jewels in the crown. This is number one V16, and we're here celebrating the BRM mark. And there's 5 V16s here running today, and this is number one, the first one where it all started. Number one BRM, built in 1949, 1950. Famously, there was a fundraising campaign for this British racing motor, and people paid their money and got a little badge and everything, and it went onto the line at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. The flag dropped and it broke its half shaft, and they had to push it off the line.
And famously, people were throwing pennies at it. Exactly
that. It was not a very good start. Having said that, this actual car has been tested at over 200 mile an hour at Silverstone back in the day. It's phenomenally powerful, over 600 horsepower from a 1.5 litre engine.
And Moss found it tricky, but Fangio, it really suited his driving style.
Yes, apparently Moss hated it.
Yeah.
He said that it was very quick but just wouldn't handle. Worst handling car he'd ever driven. And but Fangio, he was famous for being able to power slide. And the power band on these cars are very, very narrow, and you've really got to keep them on song and keep the power and the revs right up there. And Fangio could do that. He could smoke the tyres around most corners, and he mastered the car, along with a guy called Ken Wharton that drove it quite successfully as well.
Yeah, Ken drove it most.
Yes, he did. And there was quite a few successes. An awful lot of did not finishes, but the main foundation of the engine is really, really strong, but it's the magnetos and the drive shafts and the ancillary parts that were letting the car down.
So for Beaulieu, keeping the cars on the road is really of critical importance.
Yes, it is. My philosophy is the best way to maintain a vehicle is to keep it in running order. There are some vehicles, of course, which are too historically important to expose to those dangers, and we would never race our cars, but we can do spirited demonstrations. And will come a time where the car is just too historically important, too valuable. But to have the knowledge that all you've got to do is fill up the fluids and it will go, that's so vitally important.
And do you keep an engineering staff at Beaulieu all the time?
Yes, we have a small team to maintain the entire collection, and but it's a huge task with so many various things. We can be working on this one day and then a single cylinder Veteran the next day, and indeed Bugatti Veyrons and all sorts of things like that. So it is very complicated, but we're up for the challenge anyway.
Well, thank you, Doug. Have a great weekend at the Revival, and we'll see you in a few weeks when Haggerty come back to Beaulieu.
Look forward to welcoming you all there. Cheers.
Thank you.